The seductive heist. They said it was impossible. The world's oldest diamonds were housed in the Titan Museum, a state-of-the-art fortress of glass, steel, and technology. Motion sensors crisscrossed every corridor, biometric scanners guarded each door, and laser grids covered every inch of the main vault. The diamonds weren't just priceless, they were untouchable. And tonight, Adrian Cole had a plan. He hadn't studied the museum's blueprints or security manuals, he had studied Evelyn Hart. A front-row seat to the mind of the detective who designed the security responses herself. Detective Evelyn Hart, the woman he loved. 4 months, without her ever suspecting, Adrian had watched Evelyn work. How she handled a security scare. How she responded to anonymous tip-offs. How the museum's emergency protocols would escalate under pressure. And most importantly, how the diamonds would be relocated if any threat, even a false alarm, was detected. Every detail. She shared casually late-night conversations after dinner. Stories she thought were harmless, insights she believed were just work talk, became the blueprint for the impossible heist. She trusted him. She had no idea he was studying her, piece by piece, like solving a complex puzzle. And when the puzzle was complete, Adrian built a plan, so flawless that even Evelyn herself would unknowingly assist him. The Titan Museum glittered under the cold city lights. Inside, hundreds of guests attended a charity gala, a perfect distraction. Jewelers, art collectors, politicians, and wealthy patrons laughed and mingled under the crystal chandeliers. Security guards in sharp uniforms moved among them, eyes scanning, radios buzzing softly. Adrian and his team didn't walk through the front door. They entered through an abandoned utility shaft Evelyn had once mentioned in passing while laughing about how outdated some parts of the museum were. She never expected that detail to be used like this. "Remember the schedule," Adrian whispered into the earpiece. "Camera loop in 30 seconds. Marcus, you're up." Lila's fingers danced over the tablet. "Loop's ready in 10-5 now." The screens flashed static for a few seconds, perfectly timed. Marcus knelt by the reinforced steel door. He tapped the lock and murmured, easy as she described. 20 seconds. Sophia slid through the corridor silently, sensing the laser grids before she saw them, moving her body in a fluid rhythm that avoided detection. Path is clear. Move. Everything was Evelyn. Every move, every break-in point, every timing. Adrian's heart raced not from fear, but from the tension of watching the woman he loved unknowingly dictate his steps. He paused for a brief moment in a darkened corridor, remembering the nights they had spent together discussing her work. "Imagine if someone really knew this," she had said, laughing softly. That thought was now terrifyingly real. He sent an anonymous tip-off to the police hotline phrased exactly the way Evelyn always said credible threats were written. As expected, she was dispatched. And she did exactly what Adrian knew she would. She ordered the diamonds moved to the emergency containment vault room 7, be the one location she believed was impossible for criminals to access. Adrian smiled when the alert went out. Phase 2 had begun. "Here's where it gets tricky," Adrian murmured. "Room 7B. We shadow the transfer. Lila, cover us digitally. Marcus, ready the bypass. Sophia, be eyes on Evelyn." The team moved like clockwork. Adrian led them through maintenance corridors Evelyn had once described during a story about a trapped security guard. Every step, every turn, every action was pulled from her words, her own knowledge guiding them. When the diamonds entered room 7B, Marcus deployed the key he had prepared. A mechanical bypass crafted from the same sketches Evelyn had scribbled on napkins months ago while explaining the beauty of old lock engineering. She had unknowingly taught him how to break into her strongest vault. Suddenly, a radio crackled. "SWAT en route. ETA 3 minutes. "Perfect," Adrian muttered. "We've got just enough time." SWAT arrived faster than expected. Boots pounded on the marble floors, rifles ready, and Evelyn led them, every instinct sharp, every move precise. Adrian watched her through a one-way reflective panel, breath shallow, pulse quickening. Lila activated the emergency HVAC override. A non-lethal gas filled the hallway, not deadly, but strong enough to disorient any tactical team for several minutes. Smoke grenades exploded simultaneously, creating confusion. Marcus opened the hatch leading to the emergency drainage tunnel. They ran. Adrian's mind raced. Every sound, every footstep, every breath from Evelyn in the distance reminded him that she was closing in, unknowingly chasing the man she loved. He could almost hear her thinking, almost feel her instincts calculating, almost see her frustration mounting. The tunnel twisted and turned, damp and narrow, but they had planned this. Sophia's headlamp illuminated the path, Marcus guided the way, and Lila monitored the exterior cameras to ensure no one could follow them. 3 blocks away, an unmarked maintenance truck waited, blending seamlessly with construction vehicles. Adrian opened the black vault case. The diamonds glowed like frozen stars. "We pulled it off," Sophia breathed, exhilarated. Adrian didn't smile. His gaze went to the city skyline, then to the fading lights of the museum. Evelyn's voice, commanding and precise, echoed in his mind. "Move." "He's still inside." Evelyn burst into room, 70 minutes later. The vault was empty. Every protocol she trusted, every system she built, had been used against her. Pain tightened in her chest. This wasn't just a crime. This was personal. Whoever planned this knew her too well. Too precisely, too intimately. "No, it can't be him," she whispered, shaking her head. But deep down, a small voice whispered a terrifying truth. It was Adrian. And he was gone. Adrian stood on a rooftop across the city, watching the flashing lights around the museum fade. He whispered into the night, "Forgive me, Evelyn, but this is only the beginning." A helicopter descended behind him, his prearranged extraction. Rotor Wash whipped his hair as he stepped inside, the diamond secured. Just before the doors closed, Adrian looked one last time toward the museum. Evelyn Hart was the only detective alive who could catch him, and the only woman he had ever loved. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss another mind-blowing story coming your way.